Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Gonna lead off today taking a look at Vulture's best comedy specials of 2025. I usually don't agree with them. It doesn't mean that I'm right and they're wrong, or they're right and I'm wrong. It's just a list. My list is just a list. I will have my list for you on Saturday. If you're new to the show, when I do these list episodes, when I'm commenting on other people's lists, I don't look at them in advance. I like to react in the moment to things. So twofold, for my own list, I want to make sure I didn't forget anything, and a good way to make sure you don't forget anything is to look at someone else's list. So we'll jump in the pool here. There are so many comedy specials. I clearly, and if you listen, you know this, I don't see them all. If you include the YouTube quote-unquote specials recorded at the Chuckle Hut, forget it. You'd never get through it all. I do try to watch the majors on the bigger streamers. So let's see what Vulture likes here, and they probably got some screeners that I haven't been able to get access to. I tried to reach out to the HBO people to get a couple things and just couldn't get anywhere. It's so hard to even get through to a human. There was one website I was on. It was like, who's recommending you to even log into this press website? I was like, all right, relax. Vulture writes, many of this year's best comedy specials share a reflective sense of mid-career reconsideration. The most striking of these is from Kumail Nanjiani, whose special Night Thoughts allows him to reassess his career and relationship with comedy after more than a decade away from regular stand-up. Okay, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. It's on Hulu, and it's not out till December 19th. And as we all know, the Hulu publicist will not get back to me, so that's a good example of something that's on a list that I haven't seen. Apparently it's pretty good, according to Vulture. They write, for other comedians, the retrospective meditation is about grappling with existential dread rather than Nanjiani's focus on the trap of his external public persona. They name-check specials by Birbiglia, Maron, Cameron Esposito, Bill Burr. Then they write, Atsuko Akatsuka's father and Earthquake's joke-telling business are also reflections on their comedic identities, but they operate without the same wistful existentialism. Meanwhile, Steph Tolev's Filth Queen and Jordan Jensen's Take Me With You, or a matched pair of specials on human debasement. Let's jump in. All right, they have at number 10, Jordan Jensen's Take Me With You from Netflix. They write, no other comedy special this year accomplishes quite the same mixture of emotion that Jordan Jensen's does. Jordan's appeal is how transparent she can make the glass while peering into her own brain, and there's no question that what's going on in there is darker than most other comedians' work right now, up to and including Bill Burr's lengthy thoughts on death. Now, I'm checking my notes. I feel like I had hit play on this and bailed on it, but I also have in my best of list personally, I have a section called Not on List, and I don't see that I wrote this down. I do think I hit play on it and wasn't feeling it. Again, these are just lists. So Vulture's number 10 is Jordan Jensen's Take Me With You. I've added it to my list of things to put eyes on. Number 9, they have Earthquake's joke-telling business. I did not hit play on that. You'll find that on Netflix. Just Earthquake's not really my thing. They write catchphrases or a high-wire act. They deliberately swim upstream against the current fashion for naturalism and stand-up sets. But the catchphrase in Earthquake's joke-telling business is really canny as he talks about his family, black fatherhood, marriage, and immigration politics. He keeps inserting the same pivot line between each section. These ain't jokes. Number 8, Ian Edwards Untitled on YouTube. Okay, see, I'm glad I'm doing this list. This was not on my radar at all. Great. And I love this description. Ian Edwards reinvents no comedy wheels in Untitled. This is a YouTube special shot at the Comedy Store where a guy stands next to a stool, tells jokes about relationships, hotel check-in lines, and gender reveal parties. I will add that to my checkout list. Good job so far, Vulture. Number 7, they have Bill Burr's Drop Dead Years. Absolutely not. It's Bill Burr's worst special. I'm not even going to couch it as not his best. It's his worst. This is a bad pick. This is one of the specials that makes me say Hulu is where you go to do your comedy special when you're on the way down. So that could be a warning for Kumail Nanjiani as well. I can't agree with you here on Bill Burr. Vulture wrote, is there anything better, sharper, more ticklish, or more thrilling than Bill Burr doing comedy about he slowly realizing that he and everyone else will eventually die? Yeah, I can name 25 other specials this year that's better than that. Sorry, I normally like Bill Burr specials, but not that one. Number 6, they have Atsuko Akatsuka's father on Hulu. I think I have that one in my middle tier. Let me check. Yes, I have that as number 2 in my middle tier. And again, I'll do my list next weekend. It's on Hulu. I liked Atsuko's previous special better than this one. That seems to be the theme that I find with hilarious specials. They did pull out the best joke in the set, which always seems to get pulled out. Atsuko tells it better, but she says, I asked my husband how to turn on the washing machine, and that's how he realized that he'd been doing the laundry all these years, which is a great joke. And I got to take a break at some point, so halfway seems to make sense. Be right back. Taking a look at Vulture's best comedy specials of 2025. At number 5, they have Marc Maron's Panicked, which I'm going to have at number 1. I don't see what's going to pass this. This is peak Marc Maron. It was an HBO special. Vulture writes, it's not exactly Marc Maron's fault that he's become such a great comedian for this moment in history. At another time, a perpetually anxious comedian who can't keep from ranting about his paranoid worries about the end of the world probably would not feel like such a helpful guide to life. Maron's new special speaks to a national mood better than anyone else this year. I wonder why they have this so low. Number 4, Cameron Esposito's 4 Pills. I do like Cameron a lot, but this one is on Dropout, and I don't have Dropout, so I haven't seen it. Vulture says calling 4 Pills a special about the pandemic is unfair. Cameron's new hour is about marriage, divorce, despair, egg retrievals, mental health, and what it's like to discover things about yourself after the age of 40. Number 3, they have Mike Birbiglia's The Good Life. I don't really dig what Birbiglia does. I do have it in my middle tier at number 5, and I wrote, civilians will like it. I'm a comedy snob, and I don't really like these shows that Birbiglia does. It's just not my style of thing. I get that people like it. These are just lists. But this will not make my top 10. Vulture says, given Birbiglia's track record, it's not exactly a surprise to turn a new hour and discover a painstakingly crafted meditation on the meaning of life. But it's still a magic trick every time it happens, and by embracing a more casual mundanity, The Good Life sneaks its way into the top tier of Birbiglia's work. See, I think that magic trick line, they're saying it as a compliment. That's my problem. I just feel like it's a performance. And I understand all these things are a performance, but like when Shane Gillis gets up there, and I understand these are written jokes and he's performing them well, I just feel like he's shucking and jiving and he's in the room. I always feel like Birbiglia is performing a stage play. It's very, very crafted, and it's just not my thing, but fine. Number 2, they have Steph Tolev's Filth Queen. You'll find that on Netflix. I have that in my personal not on list section. The title gives it away. It's just not my thing. Vulture writes, Filth Queen does exactly what it says on the tin. It is proudly and thoroughly gross. Steph Tolev catalogs the many horrible qualities of the human body with the care and consideration of an obsessive collector. Each fart is treasured for its own unique qualities, etc., etc. Not my thing. Not interested in that. And they have number 1, Kumail Nanjiani's Night Thoughts, again on Hulu, December 19th. Haven't seen it. Hulu's not going to get back to me. Who knows? Vulture writes, he probably could have rolled up to an hour-long stand-up special taping, delivered a half-hearted life update, and walked away mostly unscathed. Instead, Night Thoughts slices deep into his last decade, carefully excavating how fame and the public eye have changed how he sees himself. Vulture has some other comedy highlights from the year. They have listed Brent Weinbach's Popular Culture on YouTube, Rosebud Baker's The Motherlode on Netflix, and Roy Wood Jr.'s Lonely Flowers are the other 3 they spotlighted. Now, if you're relatively new to the show, I could totally, fairly imagine you right now going, John, do you even watch comedy specials? Because I mentioned I didn't see a lot of the ones that Vulture liked. I'll fly down my list really quickly. Right now, I have it as Maron, Kevin Hart, Rife, Jim Jeffries, Justin Willman's Magic Lover, John Marco, Mo Amer, Dusty Slay, Kreischer, Brett Goldstein. Remember that one was real good. Michelle Wolf, Sarah Silverman, Matt McCusker, Mateo Lane, and Tim Dillon would be my 15 top right now. And then I've got 9 more in my middle tier and a whole bunch on my no thank you list. But again, I will do that next week. It'll be out on my Substack, and it'll be an episode or 2 in this feed. And that is your comedy news on a Sunday. Have a great day.